Hey y'all, so it's me Vanessa. I'm back to talk about prison yoga. I know it's been like a really long time. I haven't really talked about prison yoga on the internet in over a month. But I have been going. It's just been like a really chaotic time and also just like a lot of changes going on. So now, Prison Yoga Project New York is now Liberation Yoga Project. So it's still being led by Anneke Lucas, who was the director of Prison Yoga Project New York. So this past Friday when I went to Rikers, I had the privilege of going with Anneke along with a new teacher, Zeecee, who's going to be coming on board and also teaching the class at 3 South B. So we went together, we made the trek out there and before we went in, we got to stop at the prenatal dorm. Actually, there was a yoga class going on with the prenatal teacher. It was a very small class. She had two students, but it was cool to see someone else, like, you know, doing what I do there. It just kind of feels like sometimes, I feel kind of like isolated or like alone in the struggle when I'm out there, but it was cool to see, like, the effort being compounded like that. So we stopped in and just kind of visited and said hey to her. And then we went on up to the dorm. So we only taught in 3 South B this time. And 3 South B is the newer class that I started. This dorm is women who are pre-sentenced. So they're still kind of like going through the court process. It's a lot more transient. I'll say that. It's just a lot more transient. People, might end up in other dorms in Rikers, or they might end up in other prisons, like upstate. You just never know what's going to happen. So we went in, and we had like a really large class this time. Like, I want to say it was like maybe like 13, 14 students or so. They seemed to be like really excited. They had a lot of energy. Unfortunately, like a lot of the times when we go in there, like our time just gets cut short. So, we got there pretty late this time. And, we probably had like a half an hour. I wasn't actually expecting to teach this time. I know that Anneke, she wanted to show me this new program that's kind of a part of Liberation Yoga Project. So this program involves a lot of discussion about topics that, inmates are facing, and also, a sitting guided meditation. So that's something that I definitely do want to try, and Anneke was going to demo it, but we didn't have time for that. So I ended up teaching a class, very, very brief, very, very brief little flow. So the class, it was intended to be a class focused on heart opening, and it was really just coming from a conversation that I had with an inmate in that unit. And when I was like asking about, normally I ask about like injuries and if they have anything going on, or if anything hurts, I'll just ask them something simple like that. And she was saying that, her heart hurts. So I wanted to do like a little, just kind of back bendy, heart opening kind of sequence. Or just like not even extreme back bending, just like finding the back bend in poses that we do all the time, like lunges and warriors and whatnot. Um, so yeah, I did a small little sequence, and then Anneke led a guided meditation, which was great. It was like a lot of visualization. They seem to be really into it. So I was happy to have her there to do that. So yeah, it was good. It was just like, the energy was really great. They just seems to be really excited, and also it just felt good to have, other teachers there with me, because, again, it can be kind of like, I don't know, kind of lonely, I guess, sometimes. Um, yeah, so it was good. Like the inmates they're funny. Like afterwards, I had a conversation with Zeecee and I. We had a conversation with one of the inmates, and she was like, "So, can you teach me how to do Kegels?" So I was like, "Yeah, we can. If you come to yoga next time, like, I'm not explicitly going to teach them Kegels. Obviously, that is like totally. I guess it's inappropriate, but I, will do a little work with like Mula Bandha, doing like Malasana and Utkatasana, which I think are good for, you know, that area. But yeah, it's funny the kind of conversations that you end up having with people sometimes. Like sometimes they can be like wildly inappropriate, but I'm totally here for that. Totally here for that. So yeah, anyway, I had a good time. I'm glad that I'm glad that Zeecee is gonna be coming on. She had really good energy. And I'm glad that I got to go with Anneke. Like I really commend her for her courage in like stepping out and, you know, creating her own organization so she can do this work in a sustainable way. So again, thank you for listening, and there'll definitely be more on Liberation Yoga Project in Rikers Island. Bye.